Hello everyone, I'm M. Vital Kumar, going to talk about case tools in software engineering. Let's see the overview of these case tools. First, we are going to talk about introduction, history, and by the way, came of type of cases, categories, reasons of using case tools, advantages and disadvantages, and role of case tools, and coming to the point of scope of variables, and we're going to conclude that. So let's going to see about these stuffs in this video. So let's jump into introduction first. Now let's see what is meant by case tool. Up to me, a case tool stands for computer aided software engineering or computer power assist software package engineering. It means as a development and a maintenance of the software like various automated software. Like example of software tools we are using for day to day. So for this they are maintaining some case tools for providing it for making our work so easier. So these kind of case tool technologies are provide automated assistance for the software development. In software development it plays a major role for making us case technology. In case technology it is so useful for us. Okay, then let's see about the emergence of the new personal computers. Even the small kids even using these kind of computers right now because of the online class. So adoption of the new generation of the case tools has been drastically increased from the last kind of thing. Only like computer softwares were available right now. We're using software for studies. Actually, many organizations are using case tools for their own priority and for their deeds and wishes. The priority of the case tools varies from person to person. So from acknowledgement to the de-acknowledgement, they are posing differencing from the case tools. And there are many number of case tools well known. They are used to like case tools are used in design tools as provided in this video, like video on the slide. Design tools, project management tools, database tools, and etc. So we will be talking about these stuff in types of tools. Now let's understood what a little bit intro what is case tools. Once again, I want to repeat as a case tool stands for computer aided software engineering, and so develop it is a development and a maintenance for the various, it provides a major maintenance for the software and the various automated tools, and these kind of technologies are used in the automated assistance of the software development stuff. For every measurable found, there should be history or mystery. Again, let's see about the history or the evolution of the case tools. Case tools were emerged in the year of 1980 when it was created by the corporation with the first tool to evaluate software. For every software, there should be a case tool for a case study unit. So that is the kind of invention was in order to find the tool over the evaluated software. These kind of was peak on the year of 1990, as I was shown in this kind of graph. It was so these kind of case tools was so abbreviate, intelligent. They can easily use in many kind of libraries, and these can be so useful as well. As it was found miserably at the age of January 1990. Over 100 to 200 companies started over to take over that case tools are so important in our life, and it was so miserable. I know. Throughout 1919, case tool became the most software like, by maybe like IBM company is a well-known company. IBM company is a good company for using this kind of case tools, and they created own case tools for their own software. It's originally developed by the University of Namur. I have mentioned in the LBID lab in 1991, and the development of Java drastically improved in the core companies, and they've used many kind of software they're using for this. After seeing about the introduction of the case tools and seeing about the history or evolution of case tools, let's see what kind of case tools we use. The types of case tool, as I've listed some of the case tools here. Let's see what are the various types of case tools in this slide. First of all, I'm going to talk about diagramming tools. These kind of diagramming tools, as everyone knows, diagram is a representation of the portrait of art. So in this, these kind of diagrammatic tools are used to represent our data or information in the graphical or a flowchart form of it. Like example, I have set an picture of it. Like it is a formation of an image or a data, a set of collections which is moving in the flowchart. Example of this tool is flowchart maker. It's a good example for it. And next we're going to see computer and display report generators. These plays major role in core companies. Like it makes the system to analyze what kind of data requirement is relation to the stuffs and what kind of mistake is being dated, and these are used in Zoho company like Google like Google Digital Studio or Zoho Analytic keeps, and many things are used in this kind of stuff. And we're going to talk about next we're going to talk about analysis tools. These kind of analysis tools checks the inconsistent or incorrect specification of the diagram. For everyone, diagram checking is compulsory, must indeed. So we're going to see about what kind of forms is there, what kind of problem is there. This helps in helps to check the requirement irregularity of the requirement, like tweaks on tweaks in this. So it will be useful to the example of this accept 360 or Akomo or case computer have picture like a picture portrait picture. Next up, we are going to see about documentation generation. Documentation generation in these kind of field nowadays, studying everyone documentation, documenting everything. So these are so useful actually, like providing a technical form of paper into a documentation of a stuff. They used to generate the documentation in the PDF conversion form. These kind of is used in core company resumes. Actually, they're using even studies to like Google Classroom. We're uploading our own stuff, like example, question paper answer. Like these some well-known examples like Duo Oxygen, Adobe RoboHelp are using converting some various technical into a formatted user documentation. These kind of documentation generator are used. And we are going to talk about code generation tool. These kind of code generation are used these are auto generation of codes like inflection and definition of code like from JavaScript, GS, we can see as a domain code generation organization. They are useful in documenting as well as in diagramming also from a code generator like code blocking, code degenerating, code acknowledging everything. They are used actually. And now we are going to talk about design tools. In this kind of world, we are so acknowledgement on the designing tools like the block structure of the. Let me read it out. The block structure of the software can be assigned by the software designers using design tools like they are used for refinement techniques. They are using for animation software. Like they are separated into each broken into each modules, and they are pixelated. Like pixel is a Pixel is a well-known example for the pixel is defined into set of modules which combines one things to form a portrait of an image. So like it plays as a design tool like this. These kind of plays as a major like animated software is a great example. Like Blender is the well-known example for this kind of software. It pixelates each modules and separated and put it into like a set of various variables. And now we are going to see about web development, web pages. Like many GoDaddy is a good example for web development too. Like they're making their own domain actually for these kind of stuff. Like these kind of websites has their own format, scripts, time, text, graphics, etc. are being pre-built like it is in the terms of these, and these can be designed to for making our own deeds and visual colors like brightful, acknowledgementful, needful, and pledgeful. A good example for this Adobe Edge Inspect Foundation 3. And now we are going to see about maintenance tool and monitoring tool. Monitoring tool nowadays many people are using monitoring tool like how's the graph chart of the Indian economy or GDP of the Indian economy or the how we are monitoring these stuff. So like graph how the Sensex ratio is going up. It is used to monitor the performance of the quality assurance tool. I hope you can see well and you can read up to. So that these tool like example of soap test or JMeter is a kind of tool. It's used in US, Canada. So like they could represent about the how much speedometer you're going to use, an apps watch like etc. And maintenance tools if they're modification of the any delivery of the software product, there are these maintenance stuffs are error reporting stuff. They automatically logging in stuff, which makes they track back the error tickets automatically when the root cause is analyzed, and these can be maintained. These kind of maintenance tools are used for the pre-life cycle organization. These are so useful for the maintenance stuff like maintaining the logging information. It will be error-free tickets actually. So good example is Bugzilla is mentioned in this picture. It's a protection of a Bugzilla. It will be used for tracking any defects of the maintenance tool. So let's see about now we have talked about types of case tools, and we're going to talk about categories of case tools. Case tools can be broadly differentiated into the three main things: the real case, and the upcoming will be real case followed by the stuff. Let's see about real case. Real case is mainly differentiated into three. They are uppercase, lowercase, and integrated case tools. Uppercase is everyone known as a front end. Lowercase is known as back end. We can talk on uppercase as front end or lowercase as back end. And integrated case tools. The uppercases are used in the planning, allocating, or analyzing anything in the design stages of SDLC. SDLC stands for software development lifecycle. Software development plays a major role in case tools. So case tools are used for software developing stuff. Now lowercase like backend or backend lowercase are used for implementing the variables like testing and maintaining a data, retrieval data, or acknowledging a data, affirmating a data. These are kind of used backend. It plays a backend role also. And integrated tools. Integrated tools are so helpful in the stages of SDLC at the form. They're gathering some information and they're testing of documentation. They are so helpful in this. As I have shown in this image, there are example of categories of case tools. Now, following from real tools, we are going to talk about case workbenches. The second type of category of the case tools. Workbenches, it is a set of information that a particular software process. These kind of tool works together to form a supportive collection of workbenches, like collection of many things. This plays a major workflow like requirement in a major part of requirement design model, etc. They plays a major role, and this is versatile and one of the most activities and of the activity related to the many collection of tasks we can did from it. And some well-known example are data IDEO, Node, Evernote. Example, Node are used in JavaScripts for everlasting activities into multitask stuffs. And the major thing in this categories is case environment. Although even individual case tools are useful, the true power of the tool to test the realize how they are used, the integrated or they have framework or they're being used. So we can talk about the case environment. For every environment, there should be retaliability in this. So let's see about case environment. Case tools are categorized by the stages of software development life cycle on which they focus, since they are differentiating from covering stage share. Like respiratory, like central respiratory is major role, like heart in our body. So these central respiratory plays a vital role in this. They plays like many collections of documentation generation being uploaded, structure analysis are being transferred as shown in this image. Transfer facilities in being uploaded, the query and reported has been facility has been acknowledged, or anything is with that. So these kind of stuff are so important actually in this. And this central respiratory is usual in data dictionary, data filing, or data items like information from data throughout central respiratory. All the case tools in a case environmental sharing, this plays a major among role. Actually, for case environment, central respiratory is the main part which is used in various like coding support activities, project management facilities, prototyping, configuring, management facilities, structure diagramming facilities, query, so on, and plays major role. Thus, case environment facility is main step-by-step methodologies in software development, and is so much used in the automation field. Now, after seeing types of case tools, categories of case tools, and introduction of case tool, and overview about this, for what is the reason of you using case tools? These case tools are so quick and quick development phase, which anyone can develop like a quick development, and it is so increased productivity, like productivity increase, like multitasking, multi-integrating, multi-ability, and the production of cost is so lower on hand, so that anyone can make a case tools for their own companies wishful and wishes, and saving resources for the software development. So in case tools we can save some sort of money for the software development of the approach. So it increases by doing this, it will increase the efficiency of the software tools. By increasing the software efficiency of the software tools, these can be developed more reliably, and it can be used by software production systems, and productability. This will pro productivity. So this makes good quality of software and leads to the good quality of software. When there leads to the good quality of software, it leads to the attention of the good abbreviation of and development. That's why we're using case tools. After seeing reasons why you are using case tools, there should be two separated path, which means advantage and disadvantage. Even there is an icon corner for each. So we are going to see about advantage and disadvantage of the case tools. So let's see what case tools, how they are being used, and case tools major passion major role actually. Let's see reason kind of things, the increase cost of the rather than the increase of hardware, the software contributes so high in the high peak of sensitivity of the software integration, which means it was worth of 2.7 trillion, and still it is being growing. To be frankly noted, it is 2.7 trillion, and it's still growing. It is a case tools are growing and plays a major role in resolving problems during application oriented stuff, so documenting stuff set. And some kind of advantage, main peak advantage are pinpointed like in this slide and the next coming slide. So these kind of case tools are so consistent enough, and they're comfortable for the standards of the upholdingness, and these encourages in the interactive workstation environment, or this can be spread in the software development processing by helping and generating code allowed precise by to be replicated. Replication of this is so easy, so that many are using it. So it can by replicating, the cost will be reduced, as well as the maintaining phase will be reduced from each person, can be increased. So productivity as I said before itself, it is used for multitask, as I shown in the image, like she's going an idea, she's got settings and everything, can make a structured technique practical after talking will be so well known for this. And several benefits of increasing the case environment or by increasing the case tools, they are so improvement, they are useful for leading the considerable improvement of the quality when whenever the quality of the standard increase, the development of the software will be drastically increased and it will be so good, and the high quality of there will be high quality and the consistency of the document will be everlasting and it will be so good. Case tools take out most of the works in a software engineering work, like taking a major part of this will it upholds a major part of the case engineering study. For every success there should be a deed or a disadvantage. So let's see some main disadvantages of the case tools actually. Well, there are many advantages on the case tools, there are many disadvantages as well. As when there is a good thing of the world, there should be bad thing of the deed. If the tools are not utilized the proper set, the conditions of the organized, they may actually hinder performance of the project. These considers can be include like training of stocks. For every software development there will be a soft ended one. For training of staffs uses the particular, whenever staff uses a particular kind of tool, he takes a peak of time to understand how to make this software, how to learn this software, how to do this software, how to make it over good software, how to train it, how to uphold it, how it is being done or how it is being not done. So these kind the utilization of the staff by these kind of software will make him so restless, as well as it make him so tired as heck, really. So it kind of it at the it will relate to the end, at the end user it will make them so late. So by delaying of this, the end user satisfaction will be more likely discriminated and the consistency of him will be reduced. These uses of and by IBM is a company who started these kind of case tools. The company had made a study. Sorry, I don't know about the exact year, but when there is a when there is a well structured team around this, these kind of team actually they pave their way and their leader is so good for these and they can rectify easily. But the team which is not good in this IBM, they are struggling on these software how to penetrate. This makes them to multi render or multi penetrate to lead, and actually this leads them to the lower end of the reduction on how to take. They are confused a lot and lot. This is said by IBM by their research. Now for every the project estimation, the project size demands a lot. So this plays a major drawback for this case tools. Whenever the increases of sizes in the number of functions points, the larger number of case tools are required. Number of whenever the coordination of case tools is not being provided, the size bits has been also reduced. On next, pinpointing case tools problem. They are not standard, even though they are consistent, they are consecutive, fast, and the approaches so they are not standardized yet to be among case tools available in the market. For many things, the market is being induced or reduced actually. So case tools, diagnostic or modeling, representation analysis, are generally like some unsorted way out there, and bad analysis or bad design could not even compete with the good analysis and good analysis or good design using sophisticated case tools. Like depends upon case tool, it differs from company to company. So there is good sophistication and bad sophistication. So they are being misleaded on the way of guidance, and it is important to build an appropriate thing for appropriate deed for the case integration. So some kind of platforms are used, like wrong case tools are used. This leads to the failure drawback of the company software case development. And let's see some scope and the role of case tools. The role of case tools, they are used in many kind of major role plays actually, like I have before the like a diagram example. So like that some sort of roles of case tools they are using code generation, like in Java, re-engineering or reverse engineering, software testing, data modeling, cost estimation, project scheduling, software testing, versions control, like many kind of role placed by the case tools. I hope you can understand the rules. So let's jump into scope of case tools. What are for us, every case tools in the it is a step-by-step methodology. These are categorized by the stages, by stage things. There it takes time to understand, and it is a data dictionary of the software development and the consistent such information. In phases of software development, life cycle is integrated. Actually, it is so case tools are broadly classified into broad areas, like where the scope is there, like in requirement analysis tool or software designing tool, test cases generation or documentation production, reverse engineering as mentioned in the roles of case tools. These are being inconsistently used by many kind of many stuffs. They are so useful in this. So some other like organization like SDLC I have mentioned before, it's a methodology. These are other case of many system developers use this case in the various method like life cycle or object or OBB. So good example, object oriented approach or rapid RAD prototyping for the software development by making a good case tool for acknowledging it and testing it or test casing or prototyping or deviating from the company's software development. So I'm like to conclude in this video what we have learned. What even though if for everyone it's a deep, there's a big leap. In this video, I hope you guys understood about case tools, and some overview of these. And these case tools is useful, and the IS management could provide lot of beneficial data. Even though it is so beneficial, it has own disadvantages I have placed on that video. So these kind of very good strategical implementation of case tool for a good software development of the company. So it is so useful for guideline every stuff, but the acknowledgement of some guidelines will mislead a company. So some of the software development are being degraded by these kind of case tools actually. So I hope in this video you guys understood about case tools and have learned something from me and well known. Thank you. I'm M. Vital Kumar. Thank you.